forgot Harstem is so great on the face cam. He's just bopping along, man. He's probably feeling pretty good because that run of players that you just mentioned is actually very, very impressive. But now facing off against the Korean Protoss could be a little bit different. In the bottom right, on Nightshade, we have the blue Protoss for Team Liquid. He is Harstem.
Harstem built this pylon so much earlier than his opponent. We're gonna keep a close eye on that. Anyways, in the left top side of Nightshade, we're looking at the main base of our Korean Protoss player. It is Hurricane.
Wow. And that's a faster gateway as well. I mean, well, yeah, as you said, we'll keep an eye on what that means, but I feel like this is not the first time I've seen it. I've been like seeing this and then like not from the very get-go, so I didn't realize they were putting down a faster pylon as well, but I'd look at the production tab and be like, wait, aren't these supposed to exactly line up for the first like 3 minutes and they were a little off? Apparently this is something that a few people were doing, but...
Yep, Harstem was actually not building probes immediately, so he kind of built his pylon immediately. Then Harstem's still just one gate's target at this point, by the way, guys. This is very unusual, to say the least. He's now going to expand as well, 3.5 minutes into the game. He's going to get a second Oracle, and we know what 2 Oracles can do to a mineral line.
He's still, I mean, he's not going to bother investing into a shield battery, just having his units paired up in the main. Natural not going to be under threat until it actually has probes down there. And Harstem continues on to his own Nexus. Robo now being thrown down. Does Hurricane, oh, he does find the Stargate. He's going to commit any units to it? Nah, it doesn't look that way. So, I mean, Twilight Council. What do you think this is for?
I think Blink, because against double, like, I don't think you really want Blink openers. I don't think Blink stalkers are as bad, by the way, as some people make them sound. They're like, you never want Blink at PvP because they suck in a straight-up fight. Like, yeah, they do, but let's not forget that you can actually do a lot of cool stuff with stalkers, right? You can Blink into the main base. Something that I've been wondering about, I don't know how you feel about this, is like, maybe it's just a lack of Blink, and that's why we don't see it anymore, but whatever happened to the 4-stalker hit squad? It's so freaking good to Blink 4 stalkers into the main, especially now you have Recall always available as well with that short cooldown.
Yeah.
You blink. I think Hurricane is quite happy. I like that he's going up to 3 bases already. I would love to see him fire up Charge immediately as soon as Blink is done. And I don't think there's really much that Harstem can do about it right now, because Harstem doesn't have that much gas income. Does Harstem have any Twilight upgrades? No, right? Wait, what? Is this going to make a Gateway Robo attack? He doesn't even have a Twilight?
Yeah, apparently.
I think if Hurricane just keeps Chrono Boosting Charge right now, he has a really good shot. But I think that's what he needs to do. Oh, this is a massive catch, though.
Yeah, you know, he never saw that Twilight Council as our observer showed us, and I guess he doesn't think about Blink. Maybe didn't realize how many stalkers were being warped in. Loses both Oracles. Lucid Phoenix from Hurricane shows the army moving out, and he's actually going to take the fight.
Yeah, I think he's going to try to force field an Immortal and try to catch him completely off guard, activates barriers immediately, but now at this point Harstem obviously knows. Blinks forward, what a madman. He does actually get one of the Immortals, and that's very big. Wants to get the second one as well. The Warp Prism is going to show up and save it though for now.
Ah, good focus fire from the Stalkers trying to get the Warp Prism. It did buy some additional shots for that Immortal, but it was already so weak. This ends up being a favorable trade for Hurricane. In fact, so favorable. Wow. It's just tap out for Harstem.
Jazz, I am stunned because I love it so much. Having a pretty good run so far for Team Liquid. An unfortunate defeat in upper bracket round 1, but in the lower bracket he's been doing really well. On the left top side, a Korean Protoss with no fear at all. It is Hurricane.
I did mention to you that Hurricane seems to have always gotten in a GSL based around his PvP. It's not like Zest where like everyone knows Zest PvP is best, at least for him, and sometimes actually he won an IEM previously with that PvP. But Hurricane's kind of like a little babby version of that, where like he'll qualify for a lot of things off of that or get to a round of 4 GSL because there are a lot of Protoss in that particular GSL. So he's good at this matchup, but it's been such a roller coaster watching this develop over the last couple months.
You know what I like as well is that like Patience is a player who doesn't really have a lot of patience, right? So his nickname is kind of ironic because he always just blinks forward. But I do think a man who runs to the middle of the map over and over again when you really feel like he shouldn't, and his nickname is Hurricane, that kind of to me makes a little sense because I feel like his gameplay is a little like a Hurricane sometimes, so that makes me happy.
Yeah,
Harstem is going for another weird build, by the way. A 1-gate fast expand even before the Cybercore. It's something I've seen Hellraiser do a couple of times on Triton. I know he likes it, and then people are like, I don't think it's good, but loses pylon. He is losing 8 probes in total against a single Oracle. Hurricane wants more, he gets more, gets another one. Wow, Hurricane has really turned this game upside down real quick.
I mean, Hurricane did this perfectly, but then led to a Depson. Hey, PvP. Stalkers do not really deal with this fast enough, and you can also shade away from them if it is beneficial. So evening up that probe kill count is very, very important for Harstem, because otherwise it was looking totally Hurricane favored. It might still be. They are actually Hurricane dips below Harstem's worker count, but then an Oracle goes in the main. 3 Stalkers available would take that on, but they're a little late to responding, so already grabbing 4 more probes there and barely escaping too.
Yeah, now Hurricane is actually going to do kind of what Harstem wanted to do the last game, right? You see that quick prism, so now he's going to apply some pressure. I actually think he's going to just walk to the other side of the map with a lot of units as well. And of course, he's now the one with the Oracle, so he can maybe keep Harstem at home. And then it's so much harder for those Blink Stalkers to make the difference like they did in the last game. It's a reverse scenario, but this scenario feels a lot better for Hurricane than it felt for Harstem in the previous game.
Yeah, I really like Hurricane's game here. I mean, not only did he like appropriately respond, like it made it look easy to respond what Harstem was doing, and he got what was supposed to be straight up the better end of the deal there with the Oracles. If it wasn't for the Adepts, like he's been playing very good, and he still has a chance to win.
Yep.
As he's pushing across the map now, like Gateway's finishing up, Oracle in tow, and Harstem doesn't even see this coming.
Now, I feel like Harstem is always going to lose his Cybercore here, and that's very bad, because the only good thing he can make right now are Blink Stalkers. He does scout it right at this point, but I think it's too late to be defending here. You can always get a battery or two, don't get me wrong, but I think that Cybercore is always in love trouble, and 2 Oracles dive into the main base as well. Wow, Hurricane all over this game at this point.
That's a lot of probes already dead, having to pull away the Stalkers as well. He has the benefit of the natural ramp, which he's trying to use, but Force Field is actually taking that a bit out of the equation. This is going well for Hurricane, better than well. Harstem has a single upgrade in his advantage. He's trying to get to Blink, still has a decent amount of Stalkers, but there goes the 7x score, exactly what you just mentioned. And what can Harstem do to actually hold on?
Yeah, Blink is finally done, so he can try to start saving these Stalkers. He can warp in a couple of Zealots. Look at that Zealot being powered by those batteries. That is a super Zealot if I've ever seen one. It's been taking a lot of punishment. Does finally go down. Harstem may just survive. But now the Immortal is going to show up as well. And now obviously the batteries are starting to run quite low on juice. But Hurricane doesn't even need to win the game here. He's dealing a lot of damage already. This has already been a good attack. And if he doesn't do anything crazy, it's going to be super good.
It's his nice Blink control, but losing that 7x core means that he can't take advantage of the best thing he had, which is Blink of +1. And that is going to be it. Harstem with some cool builds, but Hurricane showing just flexibility.